Golf is the one sport that anyone can play, but only a few have mastered it. These celebrity golfers have taken their games to high levels, but won't quit their day jobs soon. We've ranked these celebrities based on handicap where possible, although some made the list just based on entertainment value or shock. For example, did you know that golf saved the life of rock legend Alice Cooper? While watching Kenny G swing may not be beautiful, it's certainly fun. And if you've ever watched events like American Century Celebrity Golf Championship or the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, chances are you were pretty surprised at the level of celebrity talent, which begs the question, just how good can they putt for dough? Well, there's only one way to find out. Coming up at number 10 is Wayne Gretzky. The hockey legend may not be as good as Dustin Johnson, who's married to his daughter Paulina, but the Great One, as he's famously called, isn't too bad with a club instead of a stick in his hand. The Hall of Famer, who picked up golf at 14, has a handicap of 9.4. Wayne is a regular playing companion of his son-in-law and a member of the Sherwood Country Club in California. Thanks to golf, they may not have crossed paths. You see, back in 2012, Gretzky met DJ at a golf skills event for charity, and the two got even closer when the golf star started dating Paulina. On top of that, while talking about his memorable moments at the golf course back in 2016, the NHL legend revealed how he made a birdie on the first hole at Augusta National. "On the first day, I birdied number 1. My son is a pretty good player, but I teased him that this old fella made a birdie putt at Augusta National before he did." Wayne has in fact improved his handicap over time. Just a couple of years ago, he was at a 10.6 handicap, and now the 61-year-old has brought it down to 9.4. Gretzky's a decent golfer, but with consistent practice, he can certainly bring it down further. But can he become a scratch golfer? Coming up at number 9 is John Smoltz. John Smoltz, nicknamed Smoltzy, is the only pitcher in the world to have 200 wins and 150 saves in the game of baseball. Born on May 15, 1967, John was named the most valuable player in the National League Championship Series in 1992. The pitcher elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2015 is a tough golfer with a handicap of 2. Although he lost the chance to gain an invite to Pebble Beach, he finished 6th in the qualifying tournament. But when Tiger invited him to play at Augusta, even his manager knew it warranted a day off. John double bogeyed from the middle of the fairway and he parred. Wood shot 66 while he shot 76. Recalling the experience, Smoltz said it remains one of the coolest experiences to see a guy tear up a golf course like it literally was his backyard. Smoltz had the experience of a lifetime with Tiger Woods. But what if Cox, his manager, didn't let him take the day to hit Augusta with the 15-time major champion? Would the former Braves star still be referring to him as the world's greatest manager? Probably, but a little bit of resentment would have been evident in his voice. Next up is Bob Hope. Bob Hope, a British-born American comedian, dancer, singer, and actor, is a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame and one of golf's most well-known celebrity friends. Hope was an avid golfer. As surprising as it may sound, he played in over 150 charity tournaments a year. Hope was introduced to the game in the 30s while performing in Winnipeg, Canada, and played to a 4 handicap. Bob's love of the game and the humor he could find in golf made him a sought-after foursome member. The actor once remarked that President Dwight D. Eisenhower dropped golf for painting. Fewer strokes, you know. He was also quoted as saying, "It's fascinating how you can start out with 3 strangers at dawn, play 18 holes, and by dusk, you have 3 solid enemies." Bob even put against then 2-year-old Tiger Woods on the Mike Douglas Show with actor Jimmy Stewart. What a great moment for the golf world. Coming up at number 7 is Bill Murray. Bill Murray is an American actor, writer, and comedian known for always wearing 2 gloves and bucket hats. His crowd engagement skills and his enigmatic personality, which will always leave you beaming with a smile. The Caddyshack star was at Pebble Beach Pro-Am last year, where he hit a no-look putt and tossed his club to the side in an epic Carl Spackler manner. Murray, who played fan favorite Carl in the 1980 golf classic Caddyshack, is a well-known avid sports nut and golfer. In 2016, Bill and his brother Joel Murray launched an apparel brand called William Murray Golf. Murray always draws a crowd when he participates in the Pro-Am, as he naturally loves to be a goof for the cameras and the onlookers. Next up is Alice Cooper. They say you don't judge a book by its cover. Well, unless you're referring to Alice Cooper's book, Golf Monster, My 12 Steps to Becoming a Golf Addict, which dug deep into how the game helped him with sobriety, one that really would surprise some people, a feel-good story. The rock legend still plays off a handicap of 5. Alice gives credit to the game of golf for helping eliminate his destructive addictions and save his life. The 74-year-old took up the game over 35 years ago and would play 36 holes daily for a year. Cooper is a member of the Phoenix Country Club in Arizona, and his favorite golf course is Muirfield Village in Ohio. Coming up at number 5 is the NBA's Steph Curry. You know those guys who are professionals in one sport which takes years of practice to be good at, but are also stupidly good at another? Yeah, Steph Curry defines that. The Golden State Warriors point guard is arguably one of the best players in the NBA, and the best part is he can also bring it on the golf course. While being known for draining three-pointers from just about anywhere and setting season records for three-pointers made, Steph boasts a handicap of an astonishing plus 2.2, and it appears the 34-year-old can sink putts from anywhere just as easily too. The NBA star has his profile on the PGA Tour website, having played 2 official PGA Tour events. Coming up at number 4 is Gareth Bale. Gareth earned the nickname The Golfer while he was still at Real Madrid, and his obsession with golf has led him to a lot of ridicule, with his own supporters even calling him names. When Bale lost form at the Santiago Bernabeu and found himself on the bench more often, his fondness for golf was held against him by some. Bale told the EAL podcast, "A lot of people have problems with me playing golf, and I don't know why. It seems the media has this perception that golf is not good for me." However, Bale took the criticism in good spirits and didn't care what people said. "Football is my #1 sport, which I'm paid to do. But golf is like a hobby, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a round," Bale explained. The former Madrid star, who plays off a handicap of 2, remarked that the game keeps him calmer off the pitch. Now that he's retired, he could devote more time to putting practice. Coming in at number 3 is Kenny G. Whenever you don't see the talented saxophonist doing what he does best, he's out there swinging his club. Kenny Gorelick, who was introduced to golf while still in high school, has an unbelievable handicap of 0.6 and is a member of the Sherwood Country Club. Here's a fun fact. While still in school, Kenny got accepted to the golf team over the jazz band. Coming up at number 2 is Dennis Quaid. Dennis reportedly was once a scratch golfer, but unfortunately his handicap dropped to 6 over the years. Back in 2005, he was named Golf Digest's top Hollywood golfer. Quaid hosts an annual charity golf event. He also claims he would love to shoot a golf movie in the near future. And that's not all. The 68-year-old also swears he will be back to 1 handicap again, but it remains to be seen when that'll happen. When Quaid was asked who's the best pros he's ever played around with he replied, "Freddie Couples. He has an amazing swing." And coming up at number 1 is Mark Wahlberg. For anyone who has ever seen Entourage, you just know that Mark Wahlberg is pretty good at the game, at least when he's paired with NFL's Tom Brady and is betting with Johnny Drama. Quite frankly, Mark is a better golfer than both of them and has a 7 handicap. Formerly known as Marky Mark, Wahlberg has played at the AT&T Pro-Am at Pebble Beach. The 51-year-old is also famous for being able to play 18 holes in just 1 hour. And did we mention that the movie star has an incredible golf course in his backyard? Built by Back Nine Greens, the structure features a mini constellation of rollicking greens, multiple chipping and putting areas, and deep alabaster bunkers. The farthest tee is etched up high on a slope, and it plays a little more than 120 yards. But don't get too excited, because Mark only allows his closest pals to enjoy the privilege, one of which is PGA Tour winner Abraham Ancer. Now it's up to you. What do you think about your favorite golf celebrities, and which one of them is your favorite? And we'll catch you in the next one.